Hola mis amores, Johnny here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how creating a 30-day social media plan that could be the perfect way for you to improve all of your social media efforts. If you're looking to grow your business or you just grow your presence on social media, this video is for you. The first step in setting a social media plan is setting your goal. Your goals will be the foundation of your plan, and those will be what will guide the action in this plan. For example, if your goal is to increase brand awareness, you're going to know that you have to create some kind of short videos and put those on TikTok, short reels, and kind of follow the trends in order to increase awareness of your brand in this specific niche. If your goal is to increase website traffic, then you have to find a way to captivate your audience attention and direct them to click the link that you want them to click. If you want some examples of some different goals that you can put for yourself or for your business, here are some of them. And as you can see, they're not really that hard. These are things that like in 30 days you can kind of accomplish if you actually put yourself into the mindset of actually achieving all of these goals, you know. So you can do this. I believe in you. Once you have your goals in place, you need to know who your target audience is. This is definitely going to be the guide that is going to help you create the best content for your audience and for the people that you actually want to connect online. Some of the key factors that you should consider whenever you're researching your audience is age, gender, demographic, interest, what do they like, what do they not like. Also, what are some of their pain points, so like let's say problems that usually people their age have, or some of the challenges that they have, in order for you to think about like how your content is going to be the way that they're going to solve these problems in their life, or at least improve them in some kind of way, you know. Now that you know your goal and your audience, you can now start creating the content that resonates with all of them. This is the moment that the content calendar really comes in handy, and I'm going to share with you 5 different ideas that you can use as content examples that you can fill in some of these dates and kind of repeat them. If you think about it, I, for example, try to post all of my makeup tutorials on Fridays, or all of my lifestyle content I like to post it at early in the morning on Mondays. Some examples of content ideas could be sharing tips and tricks related to your industry. In my case, I share a lot about how to improve your makeup quality, how to improve your makeup game, and also how to save money on makeup, because I don't like when y'all spend too much money on it, you know what I mean? Another one could be sharing a behind the scenes look into your industry. A lot of people who work, for example, in law and construction and offices, like just sharing a behind the scene looks into like what their day-to-day life could be. That's a very interesting topic for a lot of people on the internet. Also, having some kind of user-generated content from your followers, that always helps. For example, if you work for a makeup company like I do, in my case I get a lot of content that it's actually created from people using the makeup, so it's kind of like easy for me to fill in reposts throughout the week or throughout the month with this kind of content that is generated by other people. If you do not have that yet, you can find other people to help you generate your own content, like a photographer, videographer, or maybe an influencer who could review your future product or service as well. Think about it. It's gonna look a lot more organic if somebody else is giving you a positive review that you are talking about yourself. You know what I mean? You also have to think about your posting frequency. So depending on the social media platforms, there's a lot of different recommendations. People say that now you should be posting at least 2 times a day on Instagram, and it's wild because that's kind of what TikTok wanted a couple of years ago. That they wanted like at least 3 or 7 posts a day, which is a lot, and now I kind of do that on TikTok and also on Instagram, and also try to post weekly on YouTube. It's a lot. But honestly, I would just recommend you to find a pace that works for you and for your audience, and also that it doesn't feel like you're burning out all the time. I kind of started to post only on Mondays and Fridays instead of posting every day, because I don't think it's really necessary for me to really push that amount of content and kind of like put myself in a burnout mindset when I could be just improving the quality of the content that I post out every Monday and Friday to give y'all something better. You know what I mean? I hope that that's something that y'all appreciate as well. But some of the recommendations people say, posting on Facebook, for example, it would be 1 to 2 times a day. Twitter, 3 to 5 times a day. Instagram, 1 to 2 times a day, like I mentioned. LinkedIn, I would recommend to post at least 1 to 2 times a week on LinkedIn. And the same for YouTube, 1 to 2 times a week as well. And the last thing is like once you have all of these ideas and you've been posting some content frequently, now the last thing that you should do is always think about how you're gonna measure all of this back. You need to make sure that you have a way to track your progress in order to learn to see if this is actually performing for you and your audience or not. Some of the key metrics that you should pay attention to are follower growth, engagement rate like comments or shares, also click-through rate to your website if that's something that you really want to see. You want to see like what is the kind of content that is bringing more people into your actual account and where are they coming from, and then conversions, like what are making people actually purchase, sign up, or subscribe to your channel. Some of the tools that I personally use to do all of my analytics are Google Analytics. I also use Facebook Insight because they actually give you really good analytics and they combine Instagram and Facebook together. And as a third-party app that I actually like to use, I like to use personally the later.com app. They do some analytics in it. The only thing that I don't like is that you have to pay for it, so it's kind of like, but I recommend it. It's good. And you can also use it for scheduling as well. I think that in conclusion, creating a social media plan can be game changer if you have a goal to grow on social media. By setting clear goals, researching your audience, creating content that the audience is gonna like, and posting the audience in time frame that it's consistent, but also that your audience knows about. You can definitely build a really strong presence on social media in any niche or in any industry that you want to grow on. Just remember that creating a social media plan is not something that you're gonna sit down and do one time. As a social media strategist, I can tell you that this is something you're gonna have to do a lot of times, and you're gonna have to ideate new ways to create different content, and you're gonna also have to update the content based on the performance throughout the month as well. So just have this as a floating plan. Take some of the advice from this video and make sure that you use it every time that you sit down and you create a new social media plan. If you have any questions about social media or anything, let me know in the comments down below. It's Johnny, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you in the next one, mis amores. Bye!